Hello and welcome to another training class, lesson 2 at the Cosmic Training Academy. My name is Murad Ford, I'm your instructor. I'd like to get right into lesson 2 by starting off with reminding you that we need to have mentors. Mentors are people who will be in the same field that you're in, as have years of service, of excellent service, and are pretty much successful in the same field. A mentor helps you to find direction where you may have lost your way or you may not be sure which direction to go to. A great mentor has experience in what they've done, and they can help you avoid pitfalls and help you find loopholes that will help you get through the process of your business rather than you finding out the issues and problems on your own. You want to join groups such as like Yahoo, meetup groups. You want to go to seminars that will allow you to understand more about the process that helps you get your business accomplished. Seminars, a lot of people are afraid to go to seminars because they believe them to be a waste of money or a waste of time. This, in fact, is not true, because you have an opportunity to be around like-minded individuals, and any opportunity that you can have and that you can take that will put you in the presence of people who do or want to do the same field that you are doing or want to do or aspire toward as an opportunity that can help you grow. Not all people are going to be at the same level that you're at, but it's very important that you get in the groups and association with people who want to do exactly the same thing. You also want to get on email lists that will daily, weekly, monthly remind you about the business that you're in and will help you keep it fresh on your brain about the business that you're trying to do. So it will also give you an opportunity to learn and in fact get information and ideas and updates about the business that you're trying to join or be a part of. Whereas you may not have gotten that information, or you may not be privy to some new information that is on the horizon that will help you to beat the curve or be ahead of the curve in the business that you are getting into. The next thing I'd like to address is, are you a product or are you a service? This is very important because if you're a product, you might want to make sure that if it's a brand new product, that if you are an inventor or a designer of this product and that you are the first one to come out, or you believe this information or this product to be proprietary, meaning that it's something that other people don't have and that you are starting something new, then you may want to think about patenting and going to United States Patent and Trademark Office, which will allow you to put a patent on your product, and so that it can be proprietary and belongs directly to you or to your company. This protects other people from owning that product or stealing that product theoretically. It doesn't guarantee people won't, but it definitely gives you some kind of legal parameters for your product. If you're not really sure about what to do, I suggest, if you don't have more time than money, if you have more money than time, you can hire a lawyer who specializes in doing trademarks and patents. If you have more time than you have money, then you may want to go to the United States Patent and Trademark Office website and take the process slowly and make sure that you send in all the information that they require. The process is very strict and it requires information to be exact. So you want to take your time and follow their process. You want to create a functioning prototype. It's very important that whenever you're creating a new product or a product that's proprietary, that even if it's a new product, an idea, concept, you want to have a functioning prototype. It's very difficult to convince people to purchase, to convince people to sell any product that they can't see. So if you like the idea, if you like the concept and you're going to produce the concept, make a functioning prototype. It's a lot easier to show people a prototype than it is to just explain to people or see a picture of it, or this is what it looks like. But what's really going to be more impactful and have more precedence is, if I don't care if you're making candles or if you're making lipstick, or if you're making any kind of product, it's important to make a functioning prototype so that you can put in someone's hand and they can physically feel that product. So never underestimate the prototype. Next thing is manufacturing. You have to know that once you make a prototype and once you start trying to sell that prototype, who's going to manufacture it? Some companies that make prototypes don't actually do mass manufacturing. They may only produce that one product for you because that's what they specialize in. Some companies actually do. They'll make one product and they'll mass produce it for you. Either way it goes, you may want to consider whether you're doing something local or you're doing something abroad. Obviously, there's pros and cons with local companies. The pros with local companies is that they're close. You can go by the company, you can go look at the prototype on a daily basis or weekly basis and see step by step at how far the product is being set, how far the product is in its process. And if there's a problem, there's a kink in the system, you can fix it before it gets to the finished product. That's the benefit of being at a local manufacturer. Probably the not so positive aspect of it, or the con, is that it may be more costly to produce something close by than it is to produce something abroad. We are a capitalist system. We will look at things from a monetary basis, and sometimes what it is that we want to produce something for a lower cost. But I urge you that may or may not necessarily be in your best interest, depending upon your time restraints and other issues that come into play. So just because you produce something abroad, you also have to consider the fact that you have to ship that product. How long will it take for that product to get to you? Do you get to see the product every day? May or may not. So if you can't see it, or they're not sending you a picture of the product every day, or they're not filming it or sending you updates on it, then it may take you 2 months, 3 months, 4 months before you actually get a physical, tangible product in your hand. And then once you've wasted 3 to 4, 6 months just to get the product and it's not correct, now you have to start all over again. So you have to consider how important it may or may not be for you to be local with your manufacturer. Another company that is very popular at the time of this video is Alibaba.com. So they have a lot of mass manufacturing companies on their website, and I believe that most of them are based in other countries outside of the United States. So with that being said, I might add the affiliate link on there for you. Are you a service provider? The next step. Are you a service provider? What's your platform? You must know, if you're providing a service, are you on platforms that provide the same service? If you're a car parts service provider, for instance, if you're a mechanic, if you're advertising being a mechanic, are you on the mechanics.com forum? If you're advertising being in real estate, are you on a real estate platform or forum? It's very important for you to join the forums that are associated with the service that you're providing. If you're a massage therapist, you want to be on a massage therapist forum or the like. It's also important that you start a website. If you're not very familiar with starting websites, there's companies like Weebly, and I'll get more into this on the next subject, but start your website and blog, and at least put you a landing page so that people can come to your site. Provide some free services. Now, you can't always know which clients are going to be good clients, which clients are going to last a long time, which clients are going to stay with you. But one thing I can say is that it's nothing like providing a free service to people and letting them get a demonstration on how good you are with the service that you provide. Sometimes it's better to give people something free, something of value, than it is to try to charge. Because what happens is, say for example, you're a massage therapist. If you're a massage therapist and people don't know how good you are, sometimes they're afraid to pay for your service before they have heard of you or have someone to tell them about you. Then a referral is always going to be the best way. But if you didn't get the person by referral, They don't know how good you are, how good your services are. So sometimes it's important to offer a free 10-minute massage so that people can say, oh, I do like the service that that person is providing and I'm willing to pay for it. So never underestimate the value of doing a free service. Make sure you design some business cards. There's nothing more inauthentic about somebody who is providing a service or even selling a product that doesn't have some kind of business card they can put in the hands of the person that they're trying to talk to. It doesn't, even though I understand that we are in a web-based age now where you could send them your email, you could send them your social media page, you can go on and on and on, but it's nothing like when you're just having a conversation with somebody, they're not necessarily going to go to your page right here in the moment. So they may be having a conversation with several people. So what's better than being able to say, here, my name is John Smith, this is my card. It has my social media information. It has my email information. It has my phone number information. It says my company's name. So you always have a way to reach me, even if we're just passing by each other in a 5-minute conversation. You've given them a card, they get back home or to their office and they go into their pocket and they look and they say, oh, okay, there's John Smith. I remember him. And when they go to look up your email, go to look up your social media, there you are. It's a fresh reminder of who you are, what your service is, and so on and so forth. Never underestimate the power of a business card. If you're interested in making simple, quick business cards, you can go to Vistaprint.com, and I'll probably try to add an affiliate link on there. Vistaprint.com allows you to make relatively inexpensive business cards, and you can choose the quality. Go with the highest quality that you can afford. Go with the highest image that you can, the highest resolution image that you can produce. Never go cheap and never skimp when it comes to business cards. People think that they're just a card, people are going to throw it away. That in fact may be true. What I found in the history of business is that the more money that you spend on that business card, that's less likely people are to throw it away. I'll give you an example. Somebody I knew who used to produce little metal business cards made out of little thin metal, like a piece of metal. It was very difficult to throw the card away because it seemed like it was so great. Another person had a card that was actually in the shape of a bottle opener, and you can pop it. It was actually useful to open bottles. It's very difficult to throw something actually it had the name, their number, all their information, and it could actually open bottles. So you never want to throw it away. It had a useful purpose. So if you can do something like that, that may be very important. The next thing is your website. Now, websites are really important, and I can't really overstate how significant it is to have a real quality website. There's a learning curve to producing your own website, so I would say the best system of doing that, unless you're a web developer or you already do things in the IT or the web development field, I would say always hire a professional. The easy web forums that it is for you to use would be something like WordPress.com. It's free. There's countless other ones. One of inexpensive companies you can deal with is Weebly. Weebly.com will help you set up a site. They have all of the plug and play information that you can use. That helps you kind of just put things that you want to put in place. Title, it's already there. You want to put the body of your service or product in here, and your email information. It'll help you set up a simple system. At least always have a landing page. You can also go to GoDaddy.com. They're a good service. I have never really used GoDaddy that much. I've only purchased domain names from GoDaddy, but I actually have not run a website through them as a web hosting. These companies are referred to as hosting platforms. They help you host your website. You have a host that has the World Wide Web. You have a hosting program that connects you to the World Wide Web. Then you have your website that connects you to your host. So it's a process that helps you go through that. The World Wide Web, your hosting platform, and your website. So it helps you go through that process and get to the World Wide Web, and that's how people can see who you are. Make sure you keep name recognition. Whatever your company's name, follow it through. There's nothing that that really kind of makes the end user consumer forget who you are by you jumping names. If you're in the car business, have a car name, title name, and have a website that actually connects that name with the service that you're providing. Do not try to say, "Hey, I'm a hot dog vendor," but yet and still the name of your company is called uh, Johnny's Hideaway or whatever it is. Make sure you have something that says something that's connected with what you do. If you're making hot dogs, you might want to say Johnny's Hot Dogs.com. Connect the website and the email address. Johnny at Johnny'sHotDogs.com. You want to see what I mean? So you want to make sure you connect that on your landing page and your domain name. Because once you go to a Weebly, or you go to a GoDaddy, or you go to a WordPress.com, what you want to do is make sure that when you purchase WordPress, you don't have to purchase necessarily a domain name, but you can. But when you do purchase a domain name, which is your www dot, that is your domain name. So you may, if you're making hot dogs, you want to say hot dogs, Johnny'sHotDogs.com. That's your domain name. That is what so you must purchase that, and it's best, in my opinion, that you purchase it as far out as you can afford to purchase it, because one thing you don't want to do is that you don't want your domain name to expire, and then you have customers coming to your domain and they can't reach you. I understand, I've been through that before, and I have had associates who've purchased domain name, spent years making products and selling it, and forgot to pay the expiration on the domain name, and somebody purchased a domain name, which is a big business. Somebody purchased their domain name from underneath them and charged them quadruple the price to get that domain name back. Do not let that happen to you. Always purchase your domain name and pay for it as far out as you can. The irony of it is that you would think by purchasing it that you own it, but you really don't. Domains can't really personally be owned. You can only own them for a period of time, then you have to keep paying for them. So it's kind of a racket. But at any rate, moving on. Describe your company in your landing page. So when people come onto your website, Johnny's Clocks, describe it. My name is Johnny. I've been in business for 20, 30 years. I've been repairing clocks with my father for 3 generations, etc., etc., etc. Here's my phone number. Here's my email address. This is how you contact me. These are my hours of business. Talk about all those things so that when people hit on your landing page, they know exactly who you are without having to flip through a million pages. The next thing you want to do is make sure they have a subscribe button at the bottom of your landing page, which is the first page that people come to when they come to your website. Have a subscribe button. That subscribe button should be directly connected to an email service, which is my next subject. So when they subscribe, by subscribing, what they do is they put their email address in at the bottom, so that when you send out promotions and you send out information about your business, then they will get that out of you in your monthly email. So make sure you have a subscribe button, allowing a customer to come back to you and be able to so that you can contact your customer in the future. Email list. So when the person subscribes to your email thing, what you want them to be able to do is send that email to an email list. There are several email companies that allow you to create lists from your website. One of the main ones people talk a lot about, and I've used personally, I try never to talk about products that I've never used, but MailChimp has been very, very good and very, very useful. MailChimp.com, and I'll put an affiliate link on there. They help you send out flyers to your customers. So the customer comes to your website, then they subscribe by putting their email in, and then when they send their email to you, you save it in an email list. Sometimes it's very valuable to put that in an Excel spreadsheet, or if you just need to type in an empty blank list saving all your emails, you can actually transfer those. You can copy and paste all the emails that you have saved and put them into MailChimp, which is an email service provider, and that will help you to be able to keep all of your emails. And as your list gets bigger and bigger, there's nothing more valuable than a long email list that is directed to the people who are interested in the business that you do. So MailChimp will help you do that, and you can send out monthly campaigns. If you're offering something special or a new service, you can send that out to your email list. That's invaluable. Another important thing to remember is do not spam your email list. Don't send them garbage. Just don't do it. You lose customers, you lose clients, you lose credibility, you lose a lot of we all hate spam. Don't spam your customers. Offer coupons to them through the email list. Next thing is make sure you all have a phone number. A lot of people want to use their own personal number. I urge you never to do that. I urge you to always have a business line. They have many apps on your phones that will allow you to create a second line, and that line can be associated with your business. For instance, if you do something to do with cars, it may be in your best interest to do 1-903-478-CARS, cars. Or if your name is Bill's Wing Truck, you may want to have 1-777 Bills, Bill. So, you can, it's always helpful to put a number that's associated with the letters of the business that you're in. So if you are doing something that's selling shoes, you may want to do 1-800-973-SHOE. And that will help people remember, oh yeah, I remember his number. What is it, 1-800-973-SHOE? It's the reason why people like 588-2300. I never forgot that. That was a company, a carpet cleaning company in Midwest named Empire Carpet. I'm not sure if they're still around, but 1-988-2300 Empire. I remember that number since I was a child. Why? Because they made it easy to remember, and it had the name associated with the phone number at the end. So even today, the jingle still goes in my head. I will never forget the number. So it shows that that's very valuable and has a very powerful impact on the psyche. You can also use Google Phone. Google provides, at the time of this video, I think it still provides a free Google Phone service, which you can then choose your phone number in the area code in which you want to choose the number in, and then have it connected to your cell phone. And when your cell phone rings, it'll tell you this is your business line calling. And you can send it to voicemail, or you can have people text you through it, and you'll actually have an app on your phone that you can have that has your Google Voice. So I'll try to put an affiliate link on that for that one. So those, make sure you have a different kind of ringer so that you know which one is your business number and which one is the differentiate between personal and business number. Social media, obviously, let's talk about the big threes. We're talking about Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you're talking about doing business in 2019 and beyond, and you don't have the top three, I don't know what you're doing. You have to have a page on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, at least. That's a minimum. That's not even saying what other things. You just must have those. So don't try to skip that process. That's something that you have to do. You also can, if you're providing a personal service, it may be beneficial for you to add yourself on forums. Again, I talked about this before, but add yourself on services like LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional kind of social platform. So if you're doing massages, you may want to put your profile on LinkedIn and talk about professional. My name is Rebecca. I've been doing professional massages, and give your resume, and it talks about how good, where did you train at, what school did you go to, so on and so forth, so that people can have an actual profile about who you are and talk about your business. Always add your logo. Do not forget. So if you have a Facebook page, have your logo up there. If you have a Twitter page, have your logo up there. If you have an Instagram, have your logo. Always be producing your look, showing your logo, and keeping it fresh in a person's mind, so that when they see your logo, they know who you are. I'm gonna wrap it up because we're getting kind of in a half an hour. I know I'm gonna make your class too long, and so we can get to lecture 3. But make sure that you get your company email. The company, even if you're doing Johnny's Hot Dogs, you want to have Johnny @ Johnny'sHotDogs.com. If you're doing shoes, you may want to say Rodney @ RodneyShoes.com. Don't have a email address that has Yahoo at the end. You want to have your website at the end. So your Bill @ BillsHotDogs.com. It gives the consumer and the person who's looking at you, it gives them more, makes them feel more confident about who they're emailing and who they're talking to, because it lends credibility to your company. Always add an autoresponder. This is the last thing. Always make sure that you have an autoresponder. An autoresponder is an automatic email that responds back to the emails that are being sent to you. So always have an autoresponder. So for instance, if someone emails you, it will automatically bounce back an email to that person saying, thank you for contacting Bill's Wings and Things, or whatever, and thank you for reaching out to us. We appreciate your email. Someone will return your email within 24 to 48 hours. That is always important to have an autoresponder, especially if you're going out of town and you won't be working, or you're going on vacation. You definitely always want to have that autoresponder bounce back. Hey guys, listen, that's lesson 2 for the Cosmic Trading Academy. I'm your host and instructor, Murad Ford. I hope the information I provided for you has been useful and you're going to be able to use it. I thank you for using this class, and let's go on to lesson 3. Thanks a lot, guys.